Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We have a brand new midpoint banner happening in Fire Emblem Heroes featuring Mythic Heiðr. I don't know what the rest of the banner looks like, but Heiðr obviously was on the thumbnail, and you can see her name right up there. Not surprising, okay? This was, we're in like year 7 at this point, okay? So like it's not surprising. But cool, we're gonna find out who it is. Also, for you Star Rail fans, I am gonna be taking a look at doing my first summon banner thing for Star Rail. So stay tuned to that. Probably tomorrow. I'm gonna try and record that tonight. Anyway, let's dive in. Let's see what we got here. Gentle reminder that summer is in fact coming. Scary. Okay. Oh, it's a new Ascended. Oh. Fear? Is that Fear?
I'm not finished yet. I'll continue down the road I'm traveling.
It's Fear?
Getting stronger.
What? Bro, what? Oh, that's tight. Fizz null vault? What does that mean? Oh no.
Keep watching.
Yo, she looks dope though. I'm a fan. Okay, so is this a Binding Blade? This has got to be a Binding Blade banner, right? Yeah.
Following orders is admirable, certainly.
That's interesting.
But sometimes the only way to
I didn't foresee that. We got Noah. Okay. So we have an Ascended.
Rest assured.
Right. We have a Mythic. This does not appear to be a 4-star. So
You're mine.
slight missing kit there, but it is what it is. What we got? Okay, new 4-star bow.
There are so many archers here.
Dorothy.
I hope I can
Okay.
learn from them.
Yes, I know who she is. Takra's Oath. Fire's bow. Okay. Okay, so that's our 4-star. So Heiðr is green? Unless we're doubling up? Right? Gotta be.
I'm Heiðr. I know I may not look the part,
Green. Yeah.
but I am a goddess of Anaheimer.
Interesting.
What can I do?
Okay. Alright.
A goddess abides.
Interesting. Gold Serpent. Magic Null follow-up. So we got physical and magic null follow-up on this banner. That's interesting. We're gonna take a deep dive into the skills here. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Oh. Hello, friend. Hello. What are you doing here? Oh no. Okay, hold on. All right, hold up. Wait, did the update drop too? Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. So that is Murdoch, yes. Loyal General. Interesting. Okay, so a new axe armor for Grail pool, I guess. That's kind of all right. Fair enough. That looks like Saul. Wait. Are we getting an instant demote? Did I miss something? Is that just a different Saul? I'm confused. Is that Saul? What? I'm confused. Okay. And we get the focus. Okay. So, unit of choice, obviously, if you are pulling on this banner, should be Heiðr. I don't know what she does, but she's a mythic, meaning Any other time, you're gonna have to win a 1 in 3 to get her. So it does help because I believe what we were looking at for the Mythic and Legendary banners, we have 1 green option. So Heiðr coming in to fill at the end of this month is actually very, very helpful and makes a lot of sense, actually, in the overarching scheme of things. So that's neat. So we have Fear, huh? And I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I'm probably not. But she is our newest Ascended hero. She is a sword infantry unit. So I'm assuming we have our next GODSWORD. That's my guttural reaction here. What do we have? We have attack speed oath 4, which I think was previously only on male Shez. So that is here. We have physical null follow-up, which we'll read in a minute. We have attack speed finish 4, we have Glimmer, and then we have Vassal Saint Steel as her preferred weapon. So the only thing she doesn't come out of kit with is an assist skill. You'll probably want something nicer on her than Glimmer for her special. But physical null follow-up. Interesting. Inflicts speed defense -4. Neutralizes effects that guarantees foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks. And reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X% skills by half during combat. Example, a foe with a reduced damage by 45% skill would reduce damage by 23 instead. Okay. This is the game that we're in now. This is the this is where the skills meta is going. We were stacking up damage reduction, and now we're reducing damage reduction. Okay. So that's a thing. It's basically a fancy null follow-up that also has like a lull effect. A slightly stronger lull effect, because I think lull skills only debuff by 3 for their preferred stat splits. So obviously much better, right? Obviously much better. It's like getting a lull and then also some negating damage reduction, and then also null follow-up as well. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I'm assuming that this means it's physical. I'm assuming that it means it's applying to the defense stat, whereas the magic one that we're going to see later on is probably applying to the res stat, and that's the only difference. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of like inheritance blocks with that, like if this can only be inherited by like melee characters or what have you, but that's pretty good. That's a nice little addition. That's a nice little bump for that, especially since we have the null follow-up seal now. Interesting. Okay, so the weapon here, we have you know, the classic slaying, right? Start a turn if unit's HP is greater than equals 25%, and unit special cooldown count is at its max value. Grant special cooldown -1 to unit. Okay, so good for 2-turn specials, obviously, right? At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants attack speed defense res +5 to unit, inflicts speed defense -X on foe, where X equals 11 minus foe's special cooldown count value times 2, minimum 3. Okay, if foe does not have a special skill, penalty equals 3, so the minimum. And reduces damage from foe's first attack by 40% during combat, and also if unit speed is greater than or equal to foe's speed +5, neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. If unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25% at the start of combat, and unit's special cooldown count is at its max after combat, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit after combat. So it has a little bit of like times pulse 4 built in here, a little bit. There's a lot going on with this weapon, but it does suit, I'm assuming, Spear relatively well. Okay, you are going to have to be quite a bit faster than your enemy. It's damage reduction kind of coincides with this concept that the foe is not going to be able to make a follow-up attack, yada yada. So you're getting an initial damage reduction on the assumption that your foe is not going to have a second attack. So overall, her kit synergizes really well. Of course, you build, attack speed oath and then finish into this whole concoction as well. And you have a very well-rounded unit. I don't know that she is like as crazy as some of the other god swords that we have seen recently. But like we've been getting some sort of like sword infantry god unit for every month since like I want to say January at this point. So this is not surprising. I don't think it was necessary. I don't think it was necessary, but I think that Fear fans will be happy. I don't even think she has a resplendent yet, and I don't think she has a special variant either. So I guess yay. I know at least one person on my timeline who's going to be popping off about this, and so I'm happy for him. But yeah, I'm not sure. She's a good unit. There's just so many god swords that it's like hard to tell. But her father is great. Is great. Fiznal follow seems like it's gonna be an absolute banger to deal with. We also have the rest of the banner, like Noah here, who is a Lance Cav, which naturally means his kit is going to be incomplete and near 4-star quality. But hey, look at that. Alarm speed defense. That's poggers, right? At start of turn, if a number of allies adjacent to unit less than or equal to 2 grant speed defense plus 6 and Canto 1 to unit for 1 turn. Number of adjacent allies to unit is less than or equal to 1 grant speed defense plus 3 to unit during combat. So that's cool, I guess. I don't know how I feel about speed plus defensive stat for Alarm. I think speed plus offensive stat, like attack, makes a lot of sense. I don't know about like a defensor res Alarm. That feels not as useful, maybe not as universally applicable. We don't have an A skill. We do have Flow Guard for B. So I guess if you're pairing an Alarm skill with a Guard skill, you still get that Canto. That's nice, I guess, if it's not like built into a weapon or anything. We don't have an assist skill. We do come with Luna for the special. And we have Ilian Merc Lance. Sweet. This one does have slaying. It's preferred, so like why wouldn't it? Literally every preferred does. At start of turn, if number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 2, grants dodge and neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat to unit and support partner within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. If unit is if number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1, grants omni buff of 5 to unit during combat and deals damage equal to 50% of foes' attack, including when dealing damage with a special trigger before combat. So your AoE specials, basically. This seems very specific. But being able to give allies dodge is kind of cool. That's kind of neat. All of the options, I don't know that it's worth running. He's very ally based, which being a cav feels less intuitive than me. Usually if you're gonna have allies nearby, I feel more comfortable with infantry level of range. Cavs, you kind of like, you know, swift strike at, right? And this is also adjacent. Okay, this is adjacent range. This is not drive range. So that's another slightly... I don't know that it's worth necessarily running him. So far, everything feels like, yeah, it's good, but are there better options available? Kinda. So I think overall, this banner is probably just speaking to the hearts of Binding Blade fans, primarily. And again, that's not to say that Noah here isn't decent. It's just, you know, the fodder seems pretty nice. The preferred does seem pretty cool. Gotta have the right support partner if you want to give that ally dodge, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like a good concept. It's just the execution might be a little bit difficult. Dorothy here is our newest colorless bow infantry unit. That's cool. She is a 4-star. Almost assuredly, yes. But she does have attack reso 3. So that's cool. We got speed res ideal 3. It's maybe not as useful. Ardent Sacrifice. And then we have Defier's Bow, which is our new inheritable bow. It's effective against flyers. Doy. At start of combat, if foe's HP is greater than equal to 75%, grants defense +5 to unit and inflicts defense -5 on foe during combat. And also, if foes has bonuses, grants bonus to unit's defense and inflicts penalty on foe's defense during combat equal to current bonus on foe's defense. Calculates each stat in bonus and penalty independently. So again, not bad. Are there other inheritable bows that are better? Yes. Absolutely. Are they in the normal pool? Maybe. I guess it would depend on the build. This is very much like a walled, like defensed up bow, right? So, you know, it's very targeted in terms of application, and that feels basically outside of fear. What this banner is very specialized. So if you want to build a very specialized, you know, team, force, what have you, maybe it appeals to you. So far, I'm feeling like this is a little bit mid. I feel like this banner is a little mid, and they're probably going to slap like in 7 out of 10 Mythic on here to kind of help it sell. That's how I feel. Okay, I'm not doing Binding Blade slander or anything like that. I think Fear looks cool. It's just, you know, gosh, if we haven't had some kind of insane sword infantry unit every month for the last 6 months, she might stand out a little bit better to me in my mind. But so we do have a Heiðr. Okay, she's here. She's our newest Mythic. She's an infantry green tome. She's also Astra Season, if you cared to know that. And it looks like we're doing stuff. We're doing things. What do we got? We got Panic Smoke 4. Tight. Okay. We got Remote Sparrow. Cool. Gold Serpent. And then there's Heiðr. So that's the thing. But Magic Null Follow is what I was mostly interested in knowing here. So inflicts speed res -4 on foe, yep. Neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks. And reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X skills by half during combat. So it is indeed a shot-for-shot special version of the Fizz Null Follow. where this is now focusing on speed res, whereas Fizz was focusing on speed defense. So it is 1-for-1. It's an exact mirror from the other spectrum, so that's cool. We don't have a special, but that's probably fine. Gold Serpent is what she comes with for her assist. We have grants the following effect to unit and target ally for 1 turn. From turn 1, grants attack speed plus X, where X equals number of turns times 2, max of 8. Okay, so we're capping out the attack speed plus 8. Okay, so 4 turns basically. From turn 2 on, enables Canto. From turn 3 on, grants Treachery. And from turn 4 on, grants Dual Strike. Ooh. Grants another action to unit. Additional action effects other than stat bonus granted once per turn only. The skill treated as a rally skill. Wow. Okay. So we're automatically getting the additional action. Okay. That's part of it. But these skills are going to stack, it seems, as the number of turns go on. So at base, right, turn 1, we're getting the attack speed buff that will eventually cap out at 8. So after 4 turns. So turn 1, it's going to be +2. And then I think it's going to be +4. Right? 2 times 2 is 4. And then we're going to be 6. And then we're going to be 8. Right? Turn 2, we're getting Canto. Turn 3, we're getting Canto. Turn 4, we're getting Canto. Yada yada. From turn 3 on, we're getting Treachery. Treachery on turn 3, 4, so on. And from turn 4 on, we're getting Dual Strike. So the longer things happen, okay, the more bonkers it gets. It seems I was right about them pairing a relatively kind of, good Mythic with semi-mid banner. I'm sorry, Binding Blade fans, you deserved more. I'm sorry. But maybe really excited. I don't know. Heiðr. We have Slaying, naturally. If a rally assist skill, which Gold Serpent is treated as a rally skill, is used by unit or targets unit, it inflicts attack speed defense res -4 and guard on foes in cardinal directions. Right? Through their next actions. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, drive distance. Love that. Grants attack speed defense res +5 to unit. Deals damage equal to 15% of unit's attack, excluding AoEs. And reduces damage from foes' first attack by 30%. Wow. Okay. So yeah, relatively pretty good. Especially with the magic null follow. That's kind of goated. The inheritance overall is just so good. Okay, it's good. The inheritance is solid here. As far as the preferreds in weapon and assist, I mean, pretty good. I would say she's a solid 8 out of 10 in terms of Mythic. And, I do tend to favor units. That have more of an applicable stance. So, like, one of my knockdown favorite units of all time in the game is Summer Festival Micaiah. Okay? Because not only can she dance, she can nuke as well. Okay? There's a lot of things that she can do. She's got a lot of effectiveness, right? Will she ever see a weapon refined? No. But that's because she's a dancer. That's just how it is. So, these units that can kind of cross spectrum here, I tend to favor, and I think they have more applicableness. So that word, I'm going to make it a word. So overall, I think very, very strong unit. Just in terms of application alone. Fodder looks really good. A little bit tailored towards, the magic side. Obviously, she's a tome. And then just as a unit overall with her preferreds, really solid too. So I would give her a solid 8 out of 10. I think that's fair. I think that's genuinely kind of fair. I don't know what's happening over here. I don't know what Mance is doing here, but he's here. And then what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Are we hunting you? Or are you hunting us? What's happening here? This is what we got. This is what we got. This is our midpoint banner. If you are uninitiated, okay, let me tell you, the next 6 weeks are going to be nothing but swimsuit heroes after this. So we are not getting an update to the story or anything for a handful of weeks. We're going to get our Special Heroes banner in the back half of June, and then another Special Heroes Summer Part 2 in the front half of July. We won't have a continuation of the main story chapter normals, new heroes, until the back half of July. So savor it, take it in, because we're not, we are getting cliffhangered pretty hard. But I genuinely have enjoyed this particular book so far. It's a little bit, it's been a little predictable. But I think anytime you're like shifting things around and like changing the chapters of the book and time travel and stuff, like that's how you get me. Okay, like I'm a sucker for that. So overall, I'm digging. I want more. I don't want 2 straight summer banners, but that's it's not up to me. So overall, I think you're probably safe to skip this banner. If you're only interested in Heiðr, just pick her up. Maybe take her to Spark, or wait until she's on the Mythic banner. She'll be on that at the end of the month too. If you want to take your 1 in 3 chance, or do whatever it is you're gonna do. But overall, I don't know. It hits. It doesn't quite hit. It doesn't quite hit. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like I said, more content coming your way very, very soon. I'm gonna check to see if we have an update yet for weapon banners or for weapons and things like that. So you may see another video from me very soon. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.